Okay, now we're going to do this same crazy quilt paper piece block using the embroidery machine. So I've digitized this for a 5x7 frame. So if you want the design, then you can give me a send me an email at waltzquilt@yahoo.com and I'll be happy to send it to you. So what I've done here is I have loaded regular thread in my needle and in my bobbin. And I want to use the thinnest thread I can. So I'm just using regular sewing thread in my needle and in the bobbin. And and I have hooped my 5x7 hoop using a no-show mesh stabilizer, something that's really thin. You could use a wash away or a tear away. It really does not matter. I like to use this no-show mesh because I don't have to take it out. I can just sew it into the quilt and it'll be fine. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to stitch it with black thread so you can see what I'm doing. So the first thing it's going to do is give you a position, show you the position where to put the first piece. Okay, now I want to put a piece on here so that it's going to sort of go over the stitching by about 1/4 of an inch around. So I'm going to put this right side up. It's different than traditional paper piecing because paper piecing we're working with the right sides down and working from the wrong side. This way we're working from the right side. So just going to stitch the first one. And it's going to show me the position of where this piece is going to go. Okay, and I know this is going to be my seam line, so I'm just going to rough cut about 1/4 of an inch away. I don't want to stitch really close to that line. The first stitch out showed me where to put the piece. I trimmed around the outside. The third color stop is going to show me the position of the next piece and where I'm going to place the fabric. So I want a piece that's bigger than what I need. This one is. If you are not sure that it will fit, simply fold that over by 1/4 of an inch and sort of lay it along the seam line. Yep, that's good, so I'll just lay the rest of it down. I'm going to put this edge right here, even with the sewing line. And then this is my stitching line for piece number 2. Okay, after it stitches this line, we're going to finger press this back. And then we're going to stitch to tack it down. There, now it's tacking it down. I'm going to trim this seam because this is my next triangle here to 1/4 of an inch. And I could trim this all away too, but I'm just going to leave it for now. Okay, the next color stop is going to show me the positioning for the next color. Okay. And now I'm going to see if that will fit. And it will. So I'm going to place this here. Right sides together. Stitch this line. Okay, and then I'm going to continue to finger press Okay, after I finger pressed it, the next is to stitch the placement for the next piece down. Okay, after I finger pressed it, the next is to stitch the placement for the next piece down. This right here is going to be my next piece, so I'm going to trim this side off to 1/4 of an inch away. Okay. And I'm going to get, now the next one's going to give me the positioning for the next stitch, for the next piece. I'm not really choosing these colors wisely. I'm just grabbing whatever I can from the scrap basket. Put this next piece right sides together. Next one is going to tack this edge down. Okay, the next one is going to be this piece down here. So I'm going to trim this 1/4 of an inch away. And now this is going to give me the placement for the next piece. Okay, so again, this will generously fit fine. I'm not even going to measure it this time. Just going to line up the edge of the fabric with the stitching line. And finger press that. Okay, now that I've finger pressed this down, I'm going to stitch this end. Okay, and now for the last piece, which is going to be this one corner that goes here. So I'm going to trim, just rough cut this edge. Please tell me we are filming. Yeah. Okay, and then 1/4 inch from here. Trim most of that away. There. Okay, and now for the placement for the last piece. Yep, it worked. It's not particularly pretty, but it worked. Okay, I'm gonna trim that to about 1/4 of an inch. Finger press it back and just tack this down, and actually this block is done. Okay, now it's finished with the block. Now, what we'll continue into next month is how we're going to do the decorative stitches on this. So therefore, I'm going to leave this here, but the last color stop, if you're wanting to do this as a Quilt As You Go project, then you will have the opportunity to place batting and backing underneath. I would trim away. I wouldn't use black, that's for sure, if I was doing this for real. Unless I had a black background. Put batting against the stabilizer and backing on top of that. Place it back in the machine. And then do the very last color stop, which is going to do a basting stitch all the way around. So if you have any questions, give us a call at Attic Treasures in Occoquan, Virginia at 703-490-1536, or you can email me at waltzquilt@yahoo.com. Okay, until next month, we'll see you later. Bye.